Hi there, Fabian Klaus here from the Ghana Revenue Authority. I'm here to talk about how the removal of taxes on sports gear and equipment is making the sport you love even more enjoyable. As excitement builds around this year's CPL, cricket fever has swept across Guyana. From the schoolyards to community streets, cricket has become the game of choice, reflecting the deep passion and pride that Guyanese feel for their beloved sport. While cricket reigns supreme, football is also gaining ground, drawing in large crowds with local leagues and competitive matches. The nation's growing enthusiasm for football signals its rise as a second favorite sport, adding diversity to Guyana's sporting landscape. Other sports, such as athletics, rugby, and basketball, enjoy dedicated followers as well. Guyanese athletes have made notable strides on the international stage, competing in events like the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games, proudly flying the nation's flag. Our country has produced world-class athletes, including legendary cricketers Shivnarine Chanderpaul and Ramnaresh Sarwan, and rising star Shamar Joseph. Let's not forget our Olympic sprinter Elaine Pompey and table tennis champion Chelsea Edgell, as well as powerlifter Carlos Patterson Griffith. In support of this growing sports culture, recent legislation has been enacted to ensure that sports gear and equipment are affordable and accessible, fostering the development of future champions.
In recognition of the importance of sports and technology to human and economic development, and in particular to our young people, our government has been investing significantly, as I mentioned earlier, in sporting facilities, in access to training, in ICT, etc., in order to further promote access to both sports and technology for our young people. We will remove VAT and duty on sports equipment.
The new legislation took effect from February 6, 2024, removing VAT and customs duty on sports gear and equipment such as cricket, football, lawn tennis, table tennis, gymnastics, roller skating, and more. This measure aims to make sport equipment more affordable and accessible to all. These tax initiatives are particularly beneficial to organizations like the Verland Mills Football Academy, which frequently replenishes its gear to maintain a successful program.
Definitely balls is something that we purchase often more than any other equipment. Even over the summer, we had to purchase over 100 balls because we have our summer camp. And from a summer camp, it's straight into our season. Apart from that, we do outreach programs where we contribute balls to communities that might more or less don't have, right? So balls, of course, is priority. Cones, training bibs. We just ordered a bunch of bibs as well. We have over 300 bibs. We're still ordering some more. Uniform, one of the main academy gear as well. It's not here as yet, but it's something that we purchase every season to ensure that all the kids are equipped with our uniform. Agility poles, one of the equipment as well. Ladders, rings. These are just some of the equipment that we would purchase every season.
Led by former professional footballer Verland Mills, the academy is dedicated to youth coaching and development.
Verland Mills, director of the Verland Mills Football Academy.
Great. So tell me a bit about the Verland Mills Football Academy.
Okay, we were established in 2019, and our main focus is development of youth in Guyana. Our main objective is to continue to contribute to the development of football or in sports, in Guyana. We have kids from age 4 to age 16, so those are our focus group with age-appropriate practices for each group.
The legislation also supports adaptive sports like blind cricket in Guyana. This inspiring sport allows visually impaired individuals to play cricket using specialized techniques and equipment.
First, to just address the removal of VAT on sports equipment. It's a positive. It will have a positive impact on disability sports as a whole, including blind cricket, because all the gears most of the gears that we are required on equipment are things that we need to import because of the adaptive nature of some of it. With blind cricket, we use the regular batting gloves, wicket-keeping gloves, but that's where the similarity stops with the equipment. But a lot of our players are not financially sound. They're not in a financially strong position. And when they need to procure gears, removal of a 14% on that cost will definitely go a far way in ensuring that they have the equipment necessary to play the sport.
Ganesh Singh, Program Manager of the Ghana Council for the Organization of Persons with Disabilities, is a trailblazer in this area. Singh represented both Guyana and the West Indies in blind cricket and earned the 2017 National Sportsman with Disability title.
The rules are not much different from conventional cricket. Only difference is we play 40 overs instead of 50 overs, 20 overs. We do play that. We don't play test matches because the batters tend to dominate this form of cricket. So that will last a few days, a few extra days, that is. And the persons who are batting as B1s, the totally blind players, their runs would usually double when they score. So if they score a 4, they get 8.
The sport has grown in popularity with efforts from various organizations to promote inclusivity in sports for the visually impaired. Guyana has participated in regional tournaments and is home to talented blind cricketers who continue to inspire others by breaking barriers in the sport.
Blind cricket, it's an adaptive form of cricket where the ball is made out of a special material. It's hard plastic, hollow inside with about 8 small iron steel beads that would rattle when you bowl on the hand, because you're required to bowl on the hand and drop the ball at least halfway on the pitch so that the batter, if he's totally blind, will hear when the ball is coming. The game is a lot of talking, so it's audible for those who are blind because the team is comprised of 3 categories of blind persons. Those that are totally blind, B1s, to those with partial sight, that B2, they'll see 10, 15 feet in front of them, probably not clear. The B3s are the ones who are partially blind, so they'll have about 10% of their vision. They can see up to the boundary line, probably not clear. So for the totally blind persons, it's all about listening. Even when you're fielding the ball or you're batting, it's all about listening. And the wicketkeeper will help you to get your directions when you're bowling as a totally blind bowler. So it's all about communication and listening when playing blind cricket. We use the same bat, same batting gloves, same wicket-keeping gloves, but the ball is different.
And as schools nationwide expand their physical education program to include a broader range of activities, such as golf as a CSEC elective, sports gear has become a vital component of the curriculum. This shift highlights the growing need for policy measures that incentivize access to essential sport equipment, ensuring students are equipped to fully participate and excel in these diverse physical activities.
At Westmore Secondary, we have physical education a part of our CSEC curriculum. So our students will begin physical education, we call it in the lower levels, enrichment classes. So they will have PE timetable, first and second form, third form also. We are participating in basketball tournaments. Through Exxon, they are going to resurface our court, so hopefully that lends to building our basketball aspect of the piece.
They do have a basketball team and a soccer team and a cricket team and a volleyball and a table tennis.
Most of the equipments we are purchasing right now because we as CSEC students have our PE tournament coming up for our SBAs, so we are purchasing them at the moment. But as for the rest, like table tennis, we have those. Football gear, not really. We still be purchasing it. Yeah.
Would be stuff like track pants, like a change in shirt and
Good boots as well.
Promoting fitness and healthy lifestyles in schools are part of a broad range of initiatives aimed at enhancing the education sector. Among these are the existing tax measures that remove VAT from essential school supplies, making education more accessible and affordable. Textbooks, erasers, hand pencils, sharpeners, simple protractors used by students, scientific calculators, rulers, and more are all zero rated. At a recent Region 3 Department of Education career fair, the nation's youth gave insights into the educational materials shaping their learning today.
T-square, set square, pencils for drawing, ruler for online, most of those stuff.
We got 12 night for English B. For maths, we usually use maths in volume. Social studies, modules in social studies. Science in science in daily life, integrated science. English, we use a comprehensive English course.
We use pencil, we use the ruler. We don't really use like the compass them inside the geometry set for mathematics. But we use pencil, ruler, white out.
The T-square, the compass, and set squares.
Those were the young ones there telling us about some of the tools they use to navigate their school life. We'll be going to a quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll be talking about e-services. Stay tuned.
Every run, every catch, every game is a step towards a brighter future. Just like cricket, building a better country requires teamwork. By paying taxes, we contribute to our country's growth, allowing children to chase their dreams. Paying your taxes is about more than today. It's an investment in tomorrow.
When you pay your taxes, it adds to the pool of revenue that the government collects to develop the country. Building stadiums, funding programs for young cricketers, even those who are differently able with visual impairments. Your taxes help create these opportunities for all of you.
You're watching Focus on GRA. We're just about ready to wrap up our program, but before we go, we have a few questions to answer. So we'll be inviting Ms. Dalit Gorin from the GRA's e-services unit to provide some answers about registering for e-services. Dalit, welcome to the program. Tell us, what are the procedures or the documents required when someone is registering for e-services?
The documents required: an active email, the taxpayer's identification number, a valid form of identification, and a contact number.
Also, what documents does a company need to submit when they're registering for an e-services account?
The company needs its TIN, the article of incorporation, the certificate of registration, a valid form of ID from the company's representative, and an authorization letter from the company's director.
Can a person register another person for an e-services account?
The answer to that is yes, but the information given must be of the person who is desirous of registering.
Can anyone who works for a company register the company for an e-services account?
Only the person who is authorized by the company's director can create an e-services account on behalf of a company.
And lastly, how many persons can a company authorize to create an e-services account?
A company can only authorize one person to create an e-services account.
For inquiries, feel free to contact the Tax Advisory and Publication Section 225-5061, extension 2200 to 2206. You can also reach us via email, grapublicrelations@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages for the latest tax-related, up-to-date information.